Right, 2 minutes past time. Don't worry, just right on time for KUTV Primetime News. This is the 19th day of September, the year 2024. Indeed, it's the day that we have much and more lined up for you, including the swearing in of the new Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, who takes over from Japhet Kome, who retired or rather resigned after pressure from Gen Zs due to the mass protest that was occasioned during the anti-government protest. Well, that and many more in our subsequent bulletin tonight. But first thing first, our top stories tonight.
Tonight, Masengeli out, Kanja in. Ruto appoints Douglas Kanja as the new Inspector General of Police. Sorry Masengeli, not today. Judge Lawrence Mugambi Adosho as Masengeli race against time to avoid sentencing. Day 2, same script. Learning grounded as public university lecturer strike enters day 2. Also tonight, the Kingpin divide. The mountain divided as Pro-Gachagua and Kindiki clash over who should be the spokesperson.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Auma Evans.
Right, tonight I'm not alone. I'm in full backup of Samuel Kelo as our sign language interpreter tonight. Remember, you can chip in, send in your views and comment. You can talk to us on all of our social media platforms. We are coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV News Live. You can tweet us on X at KUTV_Kenya at Auma Events. Remember to use the hashtag Primetime News. So tonight we begin our bulletin with the latest development. Douglas Kanja Kirochu is now the Kenya's 5th Inspector General of the National Police Service after he was officially sworn into office on Thursday. During the ceremony held at the Supreme Court, presided over by Chief Justice Martha Koome, during the swearing-in ceremony, President William Ruto appealed to the new police boss to ensure that every citizen abides by the Constitution and the rule of law, insisting that no one is above the law.
The Speaker of the National Assembly.
Barely 48 hours after the National Assembly unanimously ratified Douglas Kanja's appointment as the Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja officially assumed office to lead the National Police Service on Thursday after being sworn in by Chief Justice Martha Koome at the Supreme Court buildings in Nairobi.
Face the band.
Kanja was thereafter conferred with the rank of Inspector General at State House, an event presided over by President William Ruto.
Inspector General's office. It embodies the tradition of heritage and law.
The newly appointed senior police boss replaces Japhet Kome, who resigned at the height of Gen Z protests and police brutality in the wake of anti-finance bill protests. President William Ruto termed Kanja as the best fit for the position thanks to his decades-long of experience in law enforcement and outstanding leadership and operational skills within the National Police Service.
And I want to tell the National Police Service, in Mr. Kanja, you have a seasoned leader, a disciplined career police officer, and a dedicated Kenyan. I have faith and I believe in the capabilities of Mr. Kanja to provide leadership to the men and women in our police service.
Kanja becomes Inspector General of Police at a time when his office has continuously been asked to put police reforms at the forefront of its initiative and uphold the rule of law.
To secure our democracy as a nation, the rule of law is the bedrock for our democracy. The respect for all the laws and the attendant requirement of our security agencies and especially our law enforcement agencies to make sure that all of us, irrespective of who we are, the offices we occupy, our status of whatever nature, obey, respect, and submit to the rule of law.
Douglas Kanja has previously served as the Deputy Inspector General of the National Police Service, Commissioner at the National Police Service Commission, Commandant of the General Service Unit, Deputy Commandant of the Kenya Airport Police Unit, and Chief Amara at Police Headquarters.
If the rest is there, Chair, you may retreat.
Theo Masharia for KUTV.
Right, now let's switch gears to corridors of justice. Last-minute attempts by the convict Gilbert Masengeli to save himself from going to prison have been thwarted. This is after his request to present himself before the High Court Judge Lawrence Mugambi was turned down. Masengeli, who has reverted to his previous post as the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the administration police, lost his bid to block the start of his 6-month jail term after Justice Chacha Mwita declined to grant his request to appear before Justice Lawrence Mugambi today, stating that the judge was handling another matter before a 3-judge bench. And to education matters, on the second day of lecturers' strike in public universities across the country, learning in most institutions came to a standstill as striking dons maintain their stand to continue with the strike as they negotiate with the government. The lecturers are protesting against the disregard of the 2021-2025 collective bargaining agreement, or if you prefer the acronym CBA, which they claim was agreed upon in 2020. They are demanding better salaries, improved medical insurance, and other benefits, as Dennis Monyi reports.
Solidarity forever.
For the second day now, lecturers have downed their tools and are carrying placards demanding the improvement of their welfare. At Kenyatta University, lecturers under the University Academic Staff Union WASU and workers represented by the Kenya University Staff Union KUSU joined their colleagues in other universities across the country, vowing that classes would not resume until their demands are addressed.
Ili CBA yetu ikaweze kuwa negotiated. Mungu ni mkubwa sana. Kwa sababu gani? Aliwafunga macho wakati strike imekuwa launch. Yote ndio wanakimbia kotini. Tungekimbia kuitana mawasha za wengine waseme tukimbie mezani tu negotiate. Are we for court orders really? Court orders kweli inatufaa? Na vile tumenyongwa hivi. Na mwingine alikuja usiku akaingiza mkono kwa mfuko yeye atakachukua pesa.
A similar situation was witnessed at Southeastern Kenya University Seku in Kitui County, Kirinyaga University and Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, JKUAT. The lecturers emphasized that they had given the government ample time to address their demands but continue to be ignored. Led by their union leaders, the lecturers urged students to be patient as they fight for their rights.
We strike until we get a deal. We strike until we get a deal. 2, when we lose our fear, they lose their power. Wanajijua, hatuwaogopi. Tulisema ni ndi kwa ndi, head on. We are on it.
Lecturers at Kenyatta University, with whom we had the opportunity to interact, continued their strike for the second day. They held peaceful demonstrations demanding the equalization of allowances nationwide, the remittance of salary deductions, better medical insurance, and salary increases.
Our national CBA negotiation have collapsed after 10 engagements, meetings to try to resolve this issue. And out of it, we got almost nothing.
Classes in the 35 public universities have not resumed, with students being forced to study on their own as negotiations between the government, WASU, and KUSU collapse. Some students speaking to KUTV expressed fear and concern about their academic progress and urged the government to engage in dialogue to resolve the disputes.
Strikes have been affecting us negatively because, one, we have been expecting to be having our classes. This is our third week in session. So you can imagine our third week without lecturers. It's quite hard. It's quite traumatizing for the first years kwanza. You know, they are just recent in this. They're not used to this. They're not used to the curriculum and stuff. So this strike will really detriment them. I, as their leader, I know that they are going to be affected so much.
As the university lecturers strike enters the second day, the lecturers have reiterated they will not end their strike until they strike a deal with the government on the collective bargaining agreement. Dennis Munyi, KUTV.
All right, thank you, Dennis Munyi, for that comprehensive piece. Now let's stay on matters of education for a bit. The government has appealed to the striking public universities staff to return to the negotiating table to solve the prevailing labor dispute, speaking while presiding over the 9th graduation ceremony of Embu University. The State Department for Higher Education and Research Principal Secretary Beatrice Inyangala stated that the government is determined to offer university staff good terms of service to allow them to dispense their services in a comfortable working environment. She further argued that, or rather urged the striking staff to set the interest of the nation and the student first by agreeing to engage in government, or rather with government, on the matters with a view to return to work.
The government is determined to offer university staff good terms of service that can allow them to dispense their services in a comfortable working environment, because our universities play a very critical role of developing the manpower that we require to achieve our development aspirations. It is on the basis of this that I urge the teaching and non-teaching staff of all our public universities to agree to return to the negotiating table and discuss with us the most practical and reasonable way of resolving the prevailing standoff.
All right, now to a somber mood. Lamu Deputy Governor Raphael Munywa was laid to rest today at his home in Lamu. Mourners eulogized the late, describing him as a hard worker who was bold in executing his duties. Munyi died on the 6th of September while undergoing treatment at Nairobi Hospital.
It was a sad mood in Lamu, not only to the family of the late Raphael Munywa, but also to the leaders and the Lamu community. Among those who joined the family in his send-off was Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who during his speech eulogized Raphael Munywa as very bold and hardworking in everything that he did. The deputy highlighted Munywa's spirited fight in making Lamu a better place for the Lamu people in terms of security and other projects that he accomplished. Deputy President Rigathi also emphasized the need for us Kenyans and the people of Lamu to live in peace and to be able to work together for everyone's welfare. He also addressed the issues on improvement of security in Lamu.
Mimi nataka kutolea nyinyi kofia kwa kazi nzuri sana ambayo mnafanya ya kuweka amani na kupambana na magaidi.
Politicians close to Raphael Munyua, from the governors to MPs, were not left behind, for they also eulogized Raphael Munyua as hardworking in ensuring that the people of Lamu are brought together as one.
Mimi nimekosa rafiki, nimekosa advisor, nimekosa mwandani, na nimekosa msaidizi mkubwa.
His fellow colleagues eulogized him as a man who was ambitious in everything that he did. The people of Lamu have good security and ensuring that there is improvement in building the economy of the Lamu County. As the people of Lamu bid farewell to Deputy Governor Raphael Munyua, his legacy of hard work, dedication to security, development and unity will continue to impact lives. His loss is deeply felt. Diana Nashipai, KUTV.
Alright, 18 minutes down, time to give you a very short breather, and of course we'll see you on the other side of the break.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audio-visual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
Get ready to embark on a journey into the exciting world of technology as we uncover the latest trends, interview top thought leaders, and dive deep into the world of tech like never before.
Currently, we are facing the challenge in terms of finance. It requires one to move from different counties because we really need a large data set for our model to be more accurate.
In this new and exciting series of the Technovation Show, join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Monday 8:30 p.m. for a fun and thrilling experience as we explore the cutting-edge developments, meet visionaries driving change.
Somebody who is in the underground mine doesn't know the presence of those people. So there are a lot of gases involved. There is methane, there's carbon monoxide, and there's also hydrogen sulfide. These gases actually, they are very dangerous and they're very toxic.
And discover the endless possibilities of the tech world.
Access to knowledge. Solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights. prevent repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Auma Evans.
All right, welcome back and thank you for keeping it Primetime News. So let's continue to inform you. A group of elders from Embu County have come out in opposition of a recent political development in the region that has seen factions of regional and traditional leaders either opposing or supporting the nomination of Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki as the Mount Kenya kingpin. As Emma Mwangi explains in the following report, this comes amidst the ongoing regional politics that has seen some leaders call for the impeachment of current Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua.
Hiyo maneno kwa sababu anjaitaja amekubali ama anjakubali, usikubaliane na hiyo maneno. Hiyo ni mambo iko na watu kwa ubinafsi wao.
Recent political developments have ignited tensions in the Mount Kenya region following the endorsement of Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki as a de facto leader by 48 elected leaders from Mount Kenya West and 15 from Mount Kenya East. This move has faced significant opposition from local elders and members of the Nyandarua County Assembly who are rallying behind Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Elders from Nyangindiri Council have condemned the move, urging Kindiki not to accept the endorsement as it is an agenda being pushed by few individuals for their personal interest.
Ni PS ama ni waziri Kenya mzima wanataka kumweka kama mwakilishi wa Mount Kenya, sijui ni Kenya wa Mount Kenya East ama West ama popote pale. Hakuna mtu ambaye tumekubali sisi ya kwamba akuja kugawanya Kenya kwa misingi ya sehemu.
Andrew Iveri, the chair of the council, accused leaders attempting to manipulate the political landscape by promoting Kindiki's candidacy while neglecting pressing issues affecting their constituents, arguing that the endorsement reflects poor leadership and questionable tactics that prioritize ambition over community needs.
Hii mpango ilipangwa na wambunge wachache. Ilikuwa inaongozwa na Ruku MP wa Mbeere North. Hii ni mambo ya kupotosha watu. Hizo pesa ulikuja kumwaga hapa Isaka. Kama kichwa yako ingekuwa na mafikira mazuri, hizo pesa wa Mbeere wanalalamika kwa media kila wakati. Sitima hakuna, maji hakuna, chakula hakuna, watoto wanalala njaa.
On the other hand, the Nyandarua County Assembly, led by Majority Leader Mwangi Nyaga, has publicly distanced itself from Kindiki's endorsement. The MCAs stated that they support Gachagua, asserting that he has consistently championed the interests of Mount Kenya community at a national level. The County Assembly legislators criticized the meeting in Murang'a where Kindiki was endorsed, labeling it as a misrepresentative of the people's will and detrimental to regional cohesion. Emma Mwangi, KUTV.
Now let's put Murima politics aside. Now, the United Nations says 1 in 4 Tanzanian girls aged between 15 and 19 are either pregnant or have given birth and abandoning education despite government policies in 2021 to encourage teen moms to stay in school. Juhudi Mari from our broadcast partner VOA filed the report from Dodoma, Tanzania.
When Naima Kisima Kisili became pregnant at 15 years old, she faced disapproval from her parents, siblings, and the community. But despite such challenges, she is attending a private school that, in partnership with the government, helps teenage mothers continue their education. Kisima Kisili says she has no one to take care of her 1-year-old daughter while she attends classes, so the child lives with her on the school premises.
There is a time when I'm in class. I should go out and check on my child to see whether she eats or not, if she's in a safe environment or otherwise. While I am outside, my friends are in class studying.
In Tanzania, some non-governmental and religious institutions provide childcare services, but is often not enough to meet all the young mothers' needs. So caring for the children is often left up to the teens' parents or guardians, says Esther Manyanda, a manager at Glad Pre and Primary School in Dodoma.
There are many paid daycares, but we wish the government could meet with the owners of these daycares in each region, or for the whole of Tanzania, and ask them to be able to take the children and raise them in their centers.
In 2021, the Tanzanian government lifted a ban that prevented young mothers and pregnant girls from attending school. As a result, more teen moms and pregnant students returned to school, with over 1,600 in 2023 alone, according to the Education Department. And the government is trying to do more, collaborating with private organizations to ease the burdens faced by young mothers without daycare. This includes building dormitories and providing sex education and free food. In an address to the parliament in May, Tanzanian Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa said the government was reviewing its education policy and revising regulations to better explain how students whose studies are interrupted by pregnancy can return to school.
We realize that we have truancy, including the problem of pregnancy for girls. Building dormitories will help to ensure that we protect them. So, this strategy we are continuing with.
But the stigma remains. Mbua Kitu's granddaughter, Ineza, who provided only her first name for privacy reasons, became pregnant at 15 in 2022. Although she was eager to return to school after giving birth, it wasn't possible. Now, despite the lifting of the school ban for pregnant girls, Kitu had to step in as both he and Ineza, now 17, faced negative attitudes.
I couldn't take her to those schools. If you look at the schools we have, stigma is a big problem. People believe she wouldn't be able to continue her studies, even though she says she's ready to go back.
And Ineza is not alone. Many teen moms who want to go back to school continue to face obstacles like poverty, social isolation and rejection, and lack of childcare. Naima Kisima Kisili hopes that one day pregnancy will no longer prevent young moms from continuing their education.
And now some Sudanese migrants who are currently based at a makeshift camp outside the French port of Calais say they are determined to reach the United Kingdom shores despite government interventions against ongoing illegal migration, especially from people who are entering the nation through the English channels on the small boats.
At a makeshift camp outside the French port of Calais, a group of mostly Sudanese migrants waits for an opportunity to reach Britain. Last week, 8 people drowned crossing the English Channel in small boats. The migrants, who asked not to be identified, say they are not deterred.
Everybody here is afraid, but we must take this risk because we want to rise to UK. There is no way another way.
More than 22,000 migrants have made the journey in small boats across the English Channel from France this year. More than 800 people arrived last Saturday alone. It has become a major political issue. Prime Minister Keir Starmer travelled to Italy Monday to learn from its recent success in cutting migration across the Mediterranean from North Africa.
You've made remarkable progress working with countries along migration routes as equals to address the drivers of migration at source and to tackle the gangs. And as a result, irregular arrivals to Italy by sea are down 60% since 2022. So I'm pleased that we're deepening our cooperation here.
Italy has struck multi-million-dollar deals with Libya and Tunisia to stop migrants leaving their shores. Human rights groups accuse those countries of committing widespread abuses against migrants. Rome also signed an agreement with Albania last year to send thousands of asylum seekers there for processing.
Se funziona, tutti come io credo.
If it works, as I hope it will, everybody can understand that this can become a new way to deal with migration flow.
Il tema dei flussi migratori.
Critics question Italy's approach.
Amnesty International has some deep concerns as to whether Italy is being compliant with its international legal obligations and its human rights obligations in elements of its approach. What we would hope for would be countries like the UK to have a functioning asylum system, one that considered claims properly but swiftly, and dealt humanely with people who are fleeing terrible situations in many cases.
Britain is giving France nearly $600 million over 3 years to boost the policing of French shores, but the number of migrants continues to increase. Starmer said his focus would be on returning failed asylum seekers to their countries of origin and on better intelligence and policing to smash the smuggling gangs.
Right, now let's talk sporty. The national under-17 women football team, Junior Starlets, have officially departed for Spain as they gear up for an intensive pre-World Cup training camp. This trip marks a critical phase in their preparation for the upcoming 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women World Cup tournament that is set to begin from the 16th of October to 3rd November this year in the Dominican Republic. The Junior Starlets will begin their campaign against England on the 18th of October at Cibao Stadium before battling Korea Democratic People's Republic on the 20th of October and completing their Group C fixtures against Mexico on the 24th of the same month. And the UEFA Champions League, Borussia Dortmund dominated Club Brugge with a convincing 3-0 victory at Jan Breidel Stadium, with Jamie Gitten and Sarhu Gurisei both were on target. Elsewhere, Celtic made a stunning 5-1 win against Slovan Bratislava at Celtic Park. Scales, Furahisha, Ingles, Maeda and Ida were on target for Celtic before Slovan defender Wimmer scored a consolation goal. At the same time, Liverpool marked their return to the Champions League in style with a convincing 3-1 victory over AC Milan at San Siro Stadium. Alright, we are done here. Many thanks for the men and women behind the scene, and of course for you, our esteemed viewers, for always keeping us accompanied in the last 30 minutes also. My good name is Auma. Samuel Kelo has been our sign language interpreter tonight. Until next time, do have a lovely night and God bless Kenya.